Hello, grade sixes. Today what we're going to do is we're going to work on some equivalent ratios today. So anytime you see equivalent, you're going to see like equi, or kind of reminds you of equal. So what does equal mean? Well, it just basically means the same. So we're describing ratios, which are just comparisons, that are the same. Okay, so in our first ratio here, we have 1 to 2. So I'm going to just draw this. So for every red one, let's do it like this, we have 2 blue ones. And what we want to do is we want to come up with some more ratios that mean the same amount. So that have the same comparison. So 1 red to every 2 blue. So what I could do is I could add another red. But if I add another red, to keep this the same, I must have 2 more blue. So you can see right now, I have now created a new ratio. So instead of it being 1 to 2 like I had up here, I now have 2 red, which gives me 4 blue. So 1 to 2 is equivalent to 2 to 4. So you can see, I could keep doing this. I could add on another red, but hey, if I add another red on, I need 2 more blues. So you can see here, I now have 3 reds, but I must have 6 blues to keep this equivalent. Just a reminder, we can write ratios as fractions, and watch this. 1/2 is the same as 2/4. 1/2 is equivalent to 3/6. So I want to show you something. How do you get that? Well, what do I have to do to make 1 and change it into 2? Well, multiplying and dividing wise, I would need to multiply 1 by 2 to get 2. Guess what happens when I multiply 2 here on the bottom by 2? 2 times 2 gives me 4. So you can see I was able to make an equivalent ratio. Now the same thing is true here. 2 times what gives me 6? Well, you'll right away say 3. Well, to make an equivalent ratio, I need to multiply the top one by 3 as well. So let's say, for example, I had an equivalent, or I had a ratio of 1 to 2. Let's create a new equivalent ratio. Well, what can I multiply the first one by to get it? Well, to make something new, hey, let's multiply it by 5. Could have picked any number. Let's just do 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Now, to make sure this ratio is equivalent, I need to multiply the other number by 5. So the second number is 2, so 2 times 5 is 10. This ratio, 1 to 2, is equivalent to 5 to 10. Let's go move to the second thought here. Some of you might know that widescreen TVs always have the ratio of 16 wide, 9 high. Okay, but not every TV would be 16 centimeters and 9 centimeters. They often are much bigger than this. 16 centimeters would be a pretty small one. So, but they always have this dimension, 16 to 9. So all TVs nowadays, for the most part, are built with wide screens. So they have a ratio, equivalent ratio of 16 to 9. So if I have 16 to 9 here, if I multiply both of these numbers by 2, so the first number multiplied by 2, that gives us 32. Second number I multiply by 2, that gives me 18. If my TV is 32 centimeters wide, how tall is it going to be? It's going to be 18 centimeters. And this would be true with inches or whatever, feet, whatever you're measuring it in. Let's make another equivalent ratio. So let's say we are still using our 16 to 9, but let's say we multiplied by 3 this time. So I'm going to multiply by 3. 16 can be thought of as 10 and 6. 3 here, so just remember 10 times 3 is 30, 3 times 6 is 18, so this would be 48. Now 9 times 3 gives me 27. So you can see if my TV was 48 centimeters wide, it would be 27 centimeters tall. And this is how they create a standard shape for widescreen TVs.